Hernández. Swung on and missed a perfect save.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened. Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. This is a no-hitter. It is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner. It's over. Muncy, a walk-off home run. This is way back. Walk 'em off. Chris Taylor.
The Dodgers blow out the Mets in the NLCS Game 3. Walker Buehler shoves. Shohei Ohtani goes deep. Mookie has a nice game. You have Muncy going deep. You have a bomb from Kiké Hernández. Keektober does it again. We're breaking it all down next on the Dodgers Nation postgame show.
Another payoff. Benny got him with a slider. Clayton Kershaw. It's Teoscar Hernandez. Mookie mashed. It's a grand slam. 83 to stop it and game ender.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain, credentialed member of Dodgers Media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. Thanks for joining us after the Dodgers get the dub in Queens. LA blows out the Mets. They win by a final score of 8-0, and they take a 2-1 series lead in the National League Championship Series. So whatever happens for the rest of these games in New York, the Dodgers are at the very least guaranteed another game at Dodger Stadium. Walker Buehler shoved. I mean, you look at his line, a 4-inning outing, and you probably say to yourself, wait, only 4 innings? How good could he have been? When you look at the way he grinded out his appearance, when you look at the way that he stranded all 6 runners that got on base when he was on the mound, and also he had 6 strikeouts, gave up 3 hits, had 2 walks, and impressively ends up with 18 swings and misses. That was the most since 2021. It was the best his stuff has looked for a long time. We're going to break down his outing. The Dodgers offense, they get it done with the long ball once again, but still also some nice small ball too. Tommy Edman, he contributed in a big way. Will Smith moves down the lineup. He gets a little infield single to get the Dodgers on the board early on. And then Kiké Hernández, he goes yard. Keektober is so real. Shohei went deep. Max Muncy went deep. He tied Corey Seager and Justin Turner for the most home runs for the Dodgers in their postseason's history. So we're going to break it all down, but welcome to the #1 Dodgers post-game show, the #1 Dodgers show on the internet. And before we get started, give me those cities, give me those area codes where you're representing Dodgers Nation from tonight, and what is your biggest takeaway, and how confident are you in the rest of these games in New York? Are they going to take it in New York? How are you feeling? But let me know down below. But first, if you have not yet, you got to cop the mantra, the saying, the Kiké Hernández WDGAF shirt designed by your boy. And you get this shirt, and this is what they're saying in the clubhouse. This is the mentality. You know, this team has been closer than they have in a long time. During the break, they're doing the watch parties. You took the party bus down to San Diego. Kiké, this is the mindset, the mentality, and this is why you're seeing a looser version of this Dodgers team, because it's the WDGAF. And as I said during the show, WDJAF greater than sign OMG, right? The Dodgers getting it done. Go to gearup.la to pick up yours today. All colors, blue, dark blue, light blue, black, charcoal gray. You got the goggles. You got the logo. You like the logo I cooked up for the little, what do you call it, the low 4, the crotch bump, the belt bump, whatever you want to call it. You guys got to get this T-shirt today to represent your boys in blue. Go to gearup.la to pick one up tonight, because Kiké is doing it.
Are we live? We're live. The fact that we don't give a
Thank you, Kiké.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you again.
There we go. But yeah, fire away in the comment section. I want all your thoughts, comments, questions, reactions. A $20 super chat from Ryan Montes. Hell yeah, Doug. I finished watching the game after work at Chili's, and this is a perfect way to end my workday, start my 3-day weekend, and enjoy the W time. Go to enjoy my Cajun pasta, my Cajun pasta. Sorry. Go Dodgers from El Paso, Texas. little comment of the show. We got Boyle House in the house from Gore 323, Ed Rivera, D-Mac. We are live from El Paso, Texas. There we go. Reppin'. We got 619 in the house. David, enemy territory. You go visit that Spirit Halloween Superstore. That's what Petco Park is this time of year. We got the 21 is back. I can't wait to talk about Walker Buehler's outing. So exciting. Rosemary Rodriguez, WDGAF, greater than sign OMG. It's a fire take right there. Rosemary always representing Dodgers Nation. We've got Lawrence from the 760, Mully 27, WGF. We got Redondo Beach. We got Alhambra in the house, the Poison Clan. We got Juan Pablo Rodriguez, Tijuana, Border City next to SD. Let's go Dodgers. That is what we're saying tonight after this win. We take control of this series. The winner of Game 3 in a best-of-7 series when the series is tied 1-1 goes on to win that series 69% of the time. Nice. That's what you want to hear, and that's what you want to be on the good side of, and that's where they are right now. Rocket from Ensenada, Baja. Ohtani homer hit a Musk satellite. That ball is still traveling. That ball is still in orbit as we speak. Might hit the International Space Station. Okay, I feel bad because that ball did have a family, but it was Shohei Ohtani going yard. We'll talk about that because it's still wild when you think about his splits with runners not on base and runners in scoring position. D-Mac, can I get a you win? Perfect for the Dodgers pitching staff. That is a $4.99 super chat from Tommy Alvarado. Absolutely you can. Absolutely. And another perfect appearance from the bullpen. And one of the big takeaways today, well, let's start right at the top. Let's start right at the top and talk about Walker Buehler's outing. And we'll continue to read your takes. We'll continue to break this one down and leave all your Dodgers takes because we're going to get you in that one for sure. So here we go. Let's keep it moving. Let's start really at the top of this one because one of the big questions heading into this one was what version of Walker Buehler were you going to get? Were you going to get the version of Walker Buehler that wasn't missing bats, that wasn't striking guys out, but that was getting ground ball outs, that was missing barrels and using that cutter to keep it on the ground? Well, the answer to that question was you were getting big punch-out Buehler. And it wasn't 98, 99 mile per hour Buehler like we've seen a couple years ago. It was a different version of Walker Buehler. Starting at the bottom of the first inning, he gets Lindor to fly out to center. He strikes out Vientos swinging with a cutter. Really nice approach against Vientos. And what was really interesting about Buehler's outing tonight is you would see him throw non-competitive pitches but then still manage to get big strikeouts when he needed to. He was trying to use that sweeper against righties. He was trying to use that knuckle curve against righties. Occasionally, he would hit with that sweeper, but that knuckle curve was getting him big strikeouts. And then Nimmo, he reached on an infield single to third, so no clean inning, but he bounces back, and we got a runner on first, Pete Alonso at the plate. Now, before we get into this at bat, I remember talking to Walker Buehler once, and I asked him, I said, which hitter in all of Major League Baseball, do you least like to face? And he told me that batter is Pete Alonso. And he always was a little nervous when it came to facing Pete Alonso just because he's had a success against him. Well, in this at-bat, a 3-2 count, 6th pitch of the at-bat, he fouls off a cutter on the outer third up in the zone, and then he hits him with a sweeper on the outside corner. He gets him to swing and miss, so no damage done for the Mets in that inning. He's able to get out of it there. So you're feeling good about that in that inning. And then you jump to the top of the second inning. Max Muncy draws a leadoff walk. Teoscar grounded to a fielder's choice. Lux grounded to the pitcher. And then Will Smith, this is how you feel a lot better about Will Smith. And you feel better about the fact that Will Smith is at the plate and Will Smith is taking a great approach. And he falls behind the count 0-2, and he was still able to get back in the count, and he ends up with a nice infield single, and he gets the Dodgers on the board. They score 1-0. They're up 1-0 early, and it's all thanks to Will Smith. So you're feeling great about the fact that Will Smith is putting up together better at bats. He's in a better spot. And then next batter, Tommy Edman, he hits a sac fly to center, and the sac fly ends up being a great catch there by Taylor. But still, another run scores to put the Dodgers up 2-0 in that situation. And Kiké Hernández at the plate with the run on first. He ends up striking out to end the inning. But here we go. Let's get some more comments down below. We got a $5 super chat. Dodgers using that Torta Magic. 6 more. Let's effing go. We got D-Mac. We got Michelada Poppy here sneaking a break in Torrance to listen to the #1 Dodgers YouTube channel. What's up, Michelada Poppy? Appreciate that. Always representing. So definitely thank you for that. I love a good percentage there. That's from Robert over on Ohtani hit one over the pole. Yeah, Jasmine. Mets fans said their electric crowd would shut down the team. I mean, it was rowdy early, but the Dodgers did what they needed to, and that was get a good lead early on. Young West, Shohei said, F the big three. It's just big me. Go blue. Going to give you a comment of the show for that one. Definitely give you a comment of the show for that. Then we got 2 goose eggs for the Padres. Now 2 goose eggs for the Mets. Dodgers in 5 from Nelson. Shohei Ohtani. That's from Jose. It's a fire take. He's some fire take right there. We got 6 more to go. What the Ohtani from Jimmy Denson. How about them Dodgers from Jose Aguirre? A $10 super chat. LA to Phoenix. Still Dodgers blue. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Feeling that one. Feeling you for that one as well. And then you jump to the next inning. And bottom of the second inning, that's where you had the tightrope act for Walker Buehler. He threw 32 pitches in this inning, and you saw some command issues at times, but he's found a way to get through it. I mean, he ends up walking JD Martinez with 1 out, and then Iglesias reached on an infield single to short. Martinez gets a second. So you got runners on first and second, no out, and then Taylor, he walks. And then you're in trouble. You have the bases loaded and Alvarez at the plate, and he strikes him out with a perfectly located fastball on the outside corner for the second out. And then you got the bases loaded with Francisco Lindor at the plate. 3-2 count, 7th pitch of the at-bat. He strikes him out with a knuckle curve down in the zone. A perfectly executed pitch in that inning. 32 pitches, half of those were outside the strike zone. Half of them were balls, and he was still able to get out of that inning without giving up any runs. It was a tightrope act, but he managed to get out of it in that one. And in the third inning, Buehler hits Marte with an 0-2 pitch. You put 2 on with 2 outs. He ends up striking out JD Martinez to end that inning, and he struck out Buehler and all, he's had 6 strikeouts, and that's how he stranded the 6 hitters that he allowed get on base. So, yeah, a fantastic job by Walker Buehler tonight, just going out there, gritting and grinding and continuing to show that, you know what, he's a different version of himself, but still he is out there executing pitches when he needs to, and it was a great thing to see because, look, you're still early on trying to get some runs, and he did get some run support early on. He was pitching with a 2-0 lead already in the second inning, and then top of the third inning, Dodgers, Ohtani draws a leadoff walk, Betts drew a walk, and they had back-to-back walks for the Dodgers. You're feeling like, okay, that's the big inning. Freeman flied to left, Muncy singled to right. They had the bases loaded with 1 out. Teoscar lined to third, and Lux grounded out to the pitcher. So that was a missed opportunity, certainly in that inning, and you were concerned if that was going to rear its ugly head later. But then more good stuff from the Dodgers offense later in this one. It's a 2-0 lead in the 6th inning, and Tommy Edman singled to right with 2 outs. Edman gets the second on a balk, and then with 2 outs, of course, Mr. Keektober comes to the plate, and he's not even in a hitter's count. It's a 1-2 count. He fouls off a couple pitches. Down the 6th pitch of the bat, he takes a splitter on the inner half. He crushes it for a bomb, and the Dodgers go up 4-0.
Hits a drive, left field. Nimmo's going back. He's on the track. He's at the wall. It is gone. Kiké Hernández again.
Kiké Hernández, Mr. Keektober, is Rose's 15th postseason home run. So, I mean, this guy is just built for October. Some guys are just built different, and Kiké Hernández certainly is one of those guys. It's incredible what he's able to accomplish when you look at his regular season numbers compared to his postseason numbers. This year in the postseason, Kiké Hernández he's got an OPS of 982 after the home run. But in the regular season, a 654 OPS. I mean, it's just uncanny what this guy can do. Our Banana King putting the Dodgers up 4-0. And then Ryan Brazier in for the 6th inning. And he strikes out Alonso, and then he gives out a 1-out single to Marte, and then he walks Martinez, and then he benefits from a really nice 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. So no damage done, works around the hit, works around the walk, and then bottom of the 7th inning, Blake tried it in. It felt like it was in a little early. Nope, he comes out there. McNeil, Alvarez, Lindor, he had 2 strikeouts in that inning. He gets the job done. Then top of the 8th inning, Dodgers up 4-0. You're feeling pretty good about this one if you're LA, but they tack on some much needed. I need as many insurance runs as I can get. Will Smith drew a leadoff walk. Couple batters later, Kiké, he singled to center to give the Dodgers runners on first and second, and that brought up the best player on the planet with runners in scoring position, Shohei Ohtani, and Shohei Ohtani did not mess around. He takes a strike looking up and away for strike 1. Then second pitch of the at-bat, he gets a cutter in his nitro zone, and he absolutely unloads on it.
That's 19 typo numbers. There's a towering drive down the line. Ohtani's broken through. It is gone. A majestic home run into the second deck. 7-0 LA.
Shohei Ohtani, his second home run of the postseason. That put the Dodgers up 7-0. And what makes that so incredible is the fact that, I mean, he's just no joke when it comes to home runs and when it comes to having production when there's runners on base. He's now 0 for 22 with the bases empty in the postseason, and he's now 7 for 9 with anyone on base. So he has 17 hits in his last 20 at-bats with runners in scoring position with 7 home runs and 2 doubles in that stretch. So I don't know what we have to do. Have him have some ghost runners on, imagine people on base. I'm not so sure what the answer is, but, I mean, this guy is literally the most terrifying hitter on the planet with runners on. Without, it's a different story. The good thing is I point out today during the live show that Shohei Ohtani has a 1036 OPS with runners on base and scoring position this season, in the regular season, and a 1036 OPS without. So this is something that's new. Hopefully this trend won't continue. And you guys know me. I don't like to be Mr. Oh, I told you so. I called it, this and that. I don't like to be that guy. But if you did watch this afternoon's episode of Dodgers Dugout Live, I kind of did call Shohei Ohtani's bomb tonight. I got a right field upper deck tank job from Shohei. I'm talking big fly. Big fly.
I love it. I hope it happens.
That's 19 typo numbers. There's a towering drive down the line. Ohtani's broken through. It is gone.
So I'm not trying to take full credit there, but I did actually say a upper deck one to right field. So you can call me Miss Cleo, you can call me D-Max Stradamus, like you guys call me, but I was just feeling a bomb tonight, and I got just that. And the Dodgers weren't done. Top of the 9th inning, up 8-0. Max Muncy, 1-1 count. He crushes a bomb 378 feet to put the Dodgers up 8-0. And he tied Corey Seager and Justin Turner for the most home runs hit for a Dodgers player in the postseason. So credit to Max Muncy. Max Muncy is one of the most underappreciated players in the history of Dodgers lore. I mean, he really deserves more credit than he does. And you look at the guy that hit a home run to walk off a World Series win in Game 3 in 2018. And this year, I mean, he's producing 3 home runs, and sometimes they're coming in later stages of games. But it was a really good night for Max Muncy. And he was a big part of this victory. If you look at the box score, Max Muncy goes 2 for 2 with 3 walks. I mean, it was a fantastic performance from Max Muncy tonight, but I think the Dodger dog of the game, I got to go my man Walker Buehler. Who is your Dodgers dog of the game? Let me know. I'm going Butane, man. That was electric. He makes you want to run through a brick wall, a titanium wall, and you just really appreciate the grit and the gutsy performance from him, because we saw the swing and miss, we saw the strikeout, but also some savvy pitches. I mean, sometimes we saw non-competitive pitches just to get to those strikeout pitches. Walker Buehler was fantastic. And how about this? Another big shout-out, big you win. Or how about another big Dodger to Ben Kasperius? friend of the show, Ben Casperius, he had a walk in the 8th, but had a couple strikeouts. He struck out Vientos with a nasty slider away, struck out Marte looking with the slider on the inside corner. That slider is such a dynamic pitch with the shapes, where he's able to locate it, the spin. When we had him on the show a couple of weeks ago, he said, hey, I'm a slider pitcher first. The four-seam fastball is to set that up, and you saw the slider in play. Bottom of the 9th, he went 1-2-3. Struck out Martinez looking with the four-seam fastball down and in, got Iglesias to ground out, and then got Bader to fly to left. And the Dodgers win. They go up 2-1 in the series. But let me know down below in the comment section, who is your Dodgers dog of the game?
Dodger dog of the game.
Because I'm going Walker Buehler, man.
2-2 from Walker Buehler. Strikes him out with a fastball. Third K for Buehler.
Just the paint. I mean, he was locating that fastball in the outside corner to righties, and he wasn't leaving anything on the fat part of the plate. He wasn't leaving anything where you're just hitting tank jobs, and you definitely had the win as a factor, but still, I think it was 4 innings. We were hoping to get at least 5, but yeah, I mean, 18 whiffs. 18 whiffs. That was the most through 4 innings of a postseason game since 2008. I mean, Walker Buehler was in his bag, man. The most for any pitcher since Kyle Losey in 2003. So, I mean, to have that many whiffs in a short span, and just the way he used that two-seam fastball too. I mean, the way it was running in on righties, that two-seamer was running in on righties, and that sweeper was turning left. I mean, he was really keeping hitters off balance with the horizontal movement of his pitches. The strikeout to J.D. Martinez comes to mind, and with a strikeout in the bottom of the 3rd to J.D. Martinez, where I mean, he had them all mixed up, man. You had the two-seamer on the inner half, the sweeper on the outer half, and it was Walker Buehler, the first pitcher in MLB history to throw 90-plus pitches in a postseason game and throw 4 innings or less, but not give up a run. So give it up to Walker Buehler, man. A lot of people thought he was done. A lot of people thought he was cooked. A couple months ago, people didn't want to see Walker Buehler again pitch for the Dodgers, but he got so many big strikeouts in this one. I mean, the paint, striking out Alvarez with that four-seam fastball on the outside corner. Like I said, 6 hitters reach base. He stranded all 6 of them. And the best thing, too, is the fire that we saw. We saw the emotion from Walker Buehler, and that was back, and that's something that we have missed. The let's go, mother effer. You saw that. I know you saw that coming off the mound. Freaking Walker Buehler, dude. Freaking that guy just gives me life, man. That gives me life. Just inject that into my veins. But let me know down below in the comments section, who is your Dodgers dog of the game? We got whole team full of dogs. Yeah, Rosemary Rodriguez, lots of dogs on this team. Pharaoh says Walker Buehler did his thing. Dog Buehler from Gary A. Ty Wynn says, don't get why people want to move Ohtani from leadoff. After inning number 1, it goes round and round. The bottom of the lineup needs to get on base. Leadoff increase more batting chance to hit in the ninth. Look, I'll tell you one thing. Just talking to people, that's not even something they're even entertaining, right? They know full well Shohei Ohtani is by leaps and bounds the best hitter on this team. And when you bat leadoff, you maximize your chances for at-bats. And you can get 5 at-bats if you're a leadoff hitter. And the truth is that this whole not having success with runners on, this is a new phenomenon. This is not something that we've seen throughout the regular season, and it's something that's going to reverse course. It's a very small sample size, and I guarantee that you're going to see Shohei get big bumps. And that tank job, are you kidding me, bro? That tank job, just boom. I mean, that guy just absolutely obliterated that baseball. So nasty. Pointing to the dugout. He's in a great place. I really think he's in a great place that he can stay cool, calm, and collected, and he doesn't allow any of these outside voices, the outside noise. I don't know if you saw the press conference from New York. They were asking him all these questions about losing his confidence and going through slumps and moving down the order and all these problems, asking about the struggles of Barry Bonds and Alex Rodriguez. They're making Shohei Ohtani feel like he's some bad player or something like that, like he didn't have any contributions to this postseason run. Let's not forget who we're talking about. We are talking about Superman in baseball cleats, and at some point, he was going to figure it out. Another big takeaway tonight was Will Smith. Will Smith was 2 for 23 in the postseason heading into tonight, and he came up big in a big way. And he was moved down the lineup. You saw him batting 7th. Smitty goes 2 for 4 with a walk. 2 for 4 with the walk, and the at-bat of the game, I mean, there's a couple contenders, but considering this, where they were at that stage of the game, top of the second inning, you have a situation where you got runners on second and third, and he hits it to short, a little infield single, and it was how he got back in that at bat. I mean, he was swinging and missing at cutters outside of the zone. He was swinging and making contact with pitches outside the zone. He fouled off a lot of tough pitches. He fouled off 3 pitches in that at bat to load the count. Then the 9th pitch, he still swung at a pitch that was borderline outside of the zone, which he had to because you had Marvin Hudson. He had the Grand Canyon strike zone tonight, a massively huge strike zone, so you had to adjust to that. So that put the Dodgers up early in this one. I think it really helps. It's growing his confidence. And I think, too, the other thing you're looking at is how has the bottom of the lineup performed and how much is that impacting this team? We see in the wins, you're seeing guys get on base in a multitude of different ways. Walks, singles, but the important thing is that they're just getting on base in any capacity. And today they did just that. And I think Gavin Lux being back in the lineup, Tommy Edman doing what they did. I love how Dave Roberts stacked the lefties up in the lineup, putting Max Muncy there in the cleanup spot. You had the lefties up in the lineup, and it paid dividends in this one with the way that Max Muncy performed. And that's the most important thing, is to not put all the pressure on the top of the lineup, on the MV3, because before Freddie Freeman's hit, I mean, they were on an over 19 slump, right? I mean, they were not coming through. So that's how you take pressure off. Is you go out there and more guys contribute than just the top guys. And then at some point they're going to come through. And I was so impressed with Tommy Edman. Looking back at that trade right now, Tommy Edman, the trade for Tommy Edman is making all the difference in the world. It really is. And I love me some Miguel Vargas. I love me some Miggy Varg. And he went from baseball heaven with the Dodgers to baseball hell with the White Sox. And I hope he figures things out. But Tommy Edman has his fingerprints all over this one, all over this game. And there was a play early in this one where Tommy Edman kind of misplayed. I don't want to say misplayed, but he let a throw go high, and Freddie Freeman was able to make a play on it. But he's stepping in and playing that shortstop position, and he's doing it at a very high level. When you replace a Miguel Rojas, and he continues to spark rallies. I mean, you need guys like Tommy Edman. You need guys like Kiké Hernández to come through. And after Will Smith reached on an infield single, it was Tommy Edman who put a really good swing on one that it was a tremendous catch made there by Taylor. It looked like he was going to collide with Marte. Somehow, someway, Taylor makes that catch, but Teoscar Hernandez was able to walk home on a sacrifice fly to make it 2-0. And that is the kind of at-bats we really haven't seen with any consistency on this team for the last couple of years. Guys that go up there knowing that it's not just about leaving the yard and doing damage. It's going up there and giving yourself a really, really good at-bat, and good things are happening for Tommy Edman in the bottom of the lineup, and he's taking full advantage. And you look at that sac fly that he had, I think it was 97.2 miles per hour off the bat. And then later in the game, Edman also was a part of the action too in the top of the 6th inning. And the Dodgers had a long stretch where it's a 2-0 game. You already have Buehler out of the game. You're going to have to use that bullpen. And after Lux fouled to the catcher and Smith lined out with 2 outs, Tommy Edman, he singled to right. And then he gets a second on the balk, and then Kiké home runs. He hits the bomb, and the Dodgers are up 4-0. So it's those little things. It's a solo home run from Kiké becoming a 2-run home run because a guy like Tommy Edman was able to get on base, now the double or triple with a single early in a count. That was only 1-0 count. So Tommy Edman, man, I'm feeling you, man. Tommy Edman's that man. I'm so impressed with his ability to be versatile defensively, the way he runs the bases, his style of hitting. I mean, yeah, man, this is a big Tommy Edman household. Then how about Max Muncy? Max Muncy moving up the lineup, going 2 for 2, reaching base 3 times and hitting a nuclear shot. So, hey, man, this is feeling really good this series. I'm feeling really good. LOL the boom. We got Nostro D-Mac from 69. White Sox are really holding Kopech back. That's from Ray Soto. Keep those super chats. $5 super chat from Jamie Hernandez. I remember when he had to go down to AAA, basically because he sucked. Been rooting him ever since the start of the season. Happy for him. Not only that, and Jamie is talking about Walker Buehler. He went to Florida. To figure some things out, and he was trying everything in his power to get right. So, like I said, heading into this postseason, he had a massive, massive opportunity to go out there and prove that he still has a lot of worth, and I think he's doing that. Every single good start that you're seeing from this point on, you feel good about the fact that, hey, with the injury to Gavin Stone, with some of these questions for next year, I mean, Yamamoto and Tyler Glasnow dealing with some injuries, right? And Clayton Kershaw is going to be back, and you just never can have enough starting pitching. The way he loves his organization, it just makes me feel like they're going to find some way to get something done. And it's just amazing. Like, let's just put things into perspective, right? They have an entire pitching staff that's been decimated by injuries, right? And they're up 2-1 the NLCS, right? I mean, not only that, it's not that they're just in the NLCS. They're pitching shutouts. You're seeing multiple games where the Dodgers are going out there and they're not just getting it done. You're putting up zeros. You're blanking out there. I mean, you get the shutout today. You get the shutout in game 1. You got the shutout in game 5 and game 4. I mean, so you look at that. So you win 8-0 in game 4 of the NLDS, 2-0 in game 5, and then 9-0 in game 1 of the NLCS, and 8-0 in this game. So literally 4 of the Dodgers' last 5 games, they put up zeros. I mean, that's incredible. Not just for that, but when you add the fact that they have their top starting pitcher out, and you're going with, I mean, Ben Casperius, if you told Ben Casperius to start this season that he would be making his major league debut, he'd already say, you know what, I did it. I realized the dream. Ben Casperius is pitching in the National League Championship Series for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he looks really, really good doing it. You found guys like Brent Honeywell, Anthony Bonda. Give credit to this organization for fixing things on the fly this season, adding a Tommy Edman, adding a Michael Kopech, bringing in a Jack Flaherty. We could look back and say that the last 12 months for the Dodgers could go down as the best 12 months for player acquisition in the history of any team in the history of this sport. That's how good it's been when you consider where they're at with the guys that they brought in. And that was evidence tonight. Kopech, he goes in there, lights out, dominates, got away with one. He did get away with one during his appearance today. He was lights out, though. He goes 1, 2, 3. So that's definitely a big takeaway in this one is you're not just winning these games, you're dominating from the pitching side. So you got to love that. Darren McManister Smith says Buehler, tremendous. Edmonds, one of my favorite Dodgers ever. We got Fish Tank Frank. What's up, Fish Tank Frank? We got maybe start Tommy as leadoff, move Ohtani. No, Ohtani is just, it's not. So I can tell you right now, it's not under any consideration whatsoever. There's a 0% chance that they're moving Shohei Ohtani off leadoff. 0. Not going to happen because they want to maximize his at-bats and they know how dynamic he looks like when he's at the plate. Okay, so that's just the truth of the matter. So you guys know my role on this show. I only talk about things when there's a more than 0% chance of them happening. The truth is, if you move Shohei down in the lineup, you can't stagger the lefties, right? If you move Mookie to leadoff, which would be the move, right? You're not going to move Mookie down anywhere past the 3-hole. If you do that, then you have 2 left-handed batters batting consecutively with Mookie at the top, Shohei batting second, and Freddie batting third. And when you do that, you give the opposing manager a platoon advantage if you go to a lefty like a Peterson or one of their left-handed relievers. And you just don't want to do that. And then on top of that, you want to maximize the at-bats for Shohei Ohtani. That is what it is all about. So, yeah, we talked about the Shohei home run, Robert Perez. He says, show the Shohei home run. You want to see it again? I got you. Actually.
19 typo numbers. There's a towering drive down the line. Ohtani's broken through. It is gone. A majestic home run.
There you go, the Ohtani bomb, and you love to see it. So let's keep going down below in the comment section. D-Mac looking all oiled up and greased down like a dog. I'm just kind of sweating a little bit. I'll admit that. Will Smith needs to hit the rock. Hey, D-Mac, are you concerned about keeping Shohei? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, the truth of the matter is you're going to see him take walks, right? And when he takes a walk, it's as good as a double. It's possibly as good as a triple sometimes with the way he can run the bases. Now, we haven't seen that to this extent, but still. Sammy Rizvi, you're getting a bro for that one. Dave Roberts will be a Hall of Fame manager from Bob Bowie. Outscored opponents 30-7 since game. Look at that stat from Chris. He says the Dodgers have outscored opponents 30-7 since game 4 of the NLDS. Yeah, it's pretty incredible, man. It really is. I mean, hey, it's the WDGAF Dodgers in 5, baby. Okay? And, hey, say what you want about Shohei Ohtani. He's Shohei Risptani, right? I mean, when he comes through with runners in scoring position, it's a beautiful thing. And he's going to be playing with a lot of confidence now. I predicted to have a home run tonight. We saw that tonight, and hopefully we see more of that for the rest of this series. And, hey, there's no reason why the Dodgers can't take 3 in a row here. You got your frontline starters coming up in Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Jack Flaherty. Big dog of the postseason, Dave Roberts. We need to re-sign Edman and Flaherty. If it wasn't for a day game, we'd be 3-0. That's from Fish Tank Frank. I like that take because I think there's a lot of truth to that for sure. Buehler is back in class. $2 super chat. Another Roberts masterclass, and shout out Casperius. Winning the first 2 innings is everything right now. Let's go. We got, it's amazing what our Los Angeles Dodgers and our pitching in particular is accomplishing. I'm so thrilled. I cannot contain myself. It feels good, man. It feels exciting. I mean, especially when you look at the potential series that's in front of the Dodgers too. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? I mean, we had all that momentum in game 1, and then you lose in game 2, and then you're back down to 0. But still, I mean, hey, Hollywood, greater than sign. New York, man. LA versus New York, man. You got to love it. Big Game Buehler was back today for sure. Absolutely. And the good thing about it, too, is kind of the big takeaway as well is we didn't see Daniel Hudson. We didn't see Evan Phillips tonight. You still keep some of your high leverage guys for tomorrow's start with Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the bump. And here's the thing, too. I will say, let me just put this out there. I think if you had switched Landon Knack with Ben Casperius, think that you could also add to that possibility as the Dodgers going up 3-0 in this series. Maybe Brent Honeywell as well. So not all these guys are going to be able to go out there and shove. And if you're on a postseason roster, you have to see what you have in those guys. So that certainly is something to consider as well. So there's no doubt about it. I am legitimately just kind of mind blown by the level of performance by this team. I mean, they've scored. Here's the crazy thing, too, is like you look at the offense being a weakness. It was just a weakness in game 2, really. And you had multiple opportunities to come through in that one. But you're 3 games in, right? 3 games in to the National League Championship Series. You've scored 20 runs in those 3 games. So the offense, they came to play tonight. And, yeah, for sure. I think the biggest takeaway, though, number one, people wondered if Big Game Buehler was still in there. And what I tell you, it was like Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker. He's still in there somewhere. And he came out today, and he showed the baseball world that he's still one of the best big game pitchers. He has just 4 innings, for sure, but it was the way he grinded out those at-bats of runners in scoring position and the way he was able to execute big pitches in big spots. And you look at some of the big moments in this one from Walker, Bleep, and Buehler, and you look at a reinvented guy. I mean, he struck out Vientos with a 91-mile-per-hour cutter on the outside part of the plate. And in that entire at-bat in the second with Vientos, no 4-seam fastballs at all. No 2-seam fastballs at all. I mean, you're seeing at-bats with Walker Buehler where there's just no 4-seamers. Alonso, the strikeout in the first, 7 pitches in that at-bat. He went sweeper, sinker, cutter, sweeper, sweeper, cutter, sweeper. Right? I mean, this is the reinvention project for Walker Buehler. This is the reinvention project for Butane. And I think that is one of the big takeaways in this one. I mean, we're talking about a guy that used to throw 50, 60% four-seam fastball, dominate you. Today threw 27% four-seam fastball, threw 24 four-seamers, 21 sweepers, 16 knuckle curves, 16 cutters, 13 sinkers. And you look at the whiffs, he got 6 with the sweeper, 6 with the knuckle curve. It was the off-speed stuff. Just got 3 with that four-seam fastball. So, yeah, I mean, he's out there doing it, man. Give him a lot of credit. Just get on base for Ohtani, and boom, Rally Snake. We get, where can I get a Dodgers Nation hat? Anonymous, $2. We're going to do this for more giveaways. I can tell you, though, where you can get the Kiké Hernández shirt, the shirt that's the hottest Dodgers shirt on the market right now. The WDGAF shirt. Go to gearup.la. Cop you a T-shirt tonight. This is one of those shirts where if you see another Dodgers fan wearing it, you know they're a true blue Dodgers fan, right? That they totally get it, that you guys are from the same tribe, that you guys understand the game of Major League Baseball, and you love your boys in blue. So go out there, cop a T-shirt. It really helps out the channel, helps out your boy. And, yeah, I mean, this is just the motto, man. This is the motto. And that's going to be the motto that we're going to look back on this series years and years from now, and, you know, we're going to kind of think about that. So go to gearup.la to pick up a T-shirt. They're dropping pretty quick. I mean, people are buying these like crazy. So definitely go get one over at gearup.la. Let's see. We got some more down below. Yankees got no pitching. We'll talk about them. 6 more wins is all I want for Christmas. That's from United States Air Force. It's a fire take. Good cold in New York in October. More strikeouts than expected from Carmen Alexander. I mean, this is a guy who Walker Buehler was in the 16th percentile when it comes to strikeouts in the regular season. He had no strikeouts against the Padres in his last start. So the fact that he put together the line that he did, it really, really says a lot about just his attack and his approach. And we've continued to kind of break down how he was able to do it. Like I said, he did not rely on the hard stuff. I mean, he went out there when he needed a strikeout. For example, second inning, we talked about already, but bases loaded. I mean, the at-bat to Alvarez, knuckle curve sweeper, the four-seamer was just to bait him. That was not a competitive pitch. It was well off the plate, sweeper well off the plate, and then that four-seam fastball that he got him looking at, that was that way because he was throwing that sweeper before that. So great job with that. And then when he struck out Lindor, nasty, nasty knuckle curve down the zone. And the way he did that was by throwing that four-seam fastball up in the zone throughout that at-bat to change those eye levels. Lindor's looking for something up in the zone, and you drop that knuckle curve at 78. It's about the differential. We talk to these guys, and you know they're students of the game, and they love pitching. They'll tell you, yeah, you could throw 199, but if you're not having that differential, right, it's not going to play up. And when you talk about throwing a four-seamer at 95, and you can drop it down to 78, that's going to keep hitters off balance, and that's how he was able to have success tonight by doing just that. I mean, when he needed a pitch, he made a damn pitch. I mean, struck out Martinez, he used the four-seam fastball away to set up that sweeper. And a lot of those four-seam fastballs, it almost felt like they were intentionally out of the zone. On the 1-2 count to J.D. Martinez, the runners on first and second in the bottom of the third inning, after he hit Marte and gave that leadoff single to Vientos, the fourth pitch to that bat, it was a four-seamer well off the plate, and boom, sweeper gets him. And then you're feeling good about that punch out as well. It was a treat to watch him pitch. The only thing I wish I would have seen was him be a little more efficient in that second inning when he threw 32 pitches and half of them for strikes. That way he could have given you 5 or 6 innings. I mean, we were a couple efficient. I mean, I think the next thing for Walker Buehler is, by the way, Dodger Man Game says, hey, D-Mac, I'm turning 56 tomorrow. Can I get a shout out? Happy birthday, my man. Hopefully the Dodgers, they got you a little birthday Eve gift. Hopefully they get you a birthday gift. Anonymous says Edman greater than Taylor. Really? I mean, Edman is kind of the dream Dodgers player. If you were Andrew Friedman or any of these people with the organization, you go into a lab and you want to make the best Dodgers player available, you go out there and you would create a player like a Tommy Edman, who's versatile, who plays multiple positions at an above average level. He's a switch hitter. I mean, this guy is truly the Swiss Army knife now. It almost feels like it's a Buzz Lightyear Woody situation where Chris Taylor is Woody. I mean, where Chris Taylor is Woody, and he has Andy on the bottom of his boots, and Buzz Lightyear's here, and he's the bigger and better version, and he's kind of the flavor of the month. So, yeah, I mean, give him a lot of credit, man. And Chris Taylor actually did get an at-bat today, and it's almost a situation where if you see Chris Taylor at the plate, you almost know the Dodgers have this game intact. Chris Taylor pinch hit for Gavin Lux later in the game, and he was able to draw a walk in this one. You look at the Dodgers box score, a little box score, step into the box report. The Dodgers go 10 for 7. They out-hit the Mets 10-4, scored 8 runs on 10 hits. They get 2 in the second, they get 2 in the sixth, 3 in the eighth, and 1 in the ninth. And today, they brought the big stick, man. If you want the dub, you got to slug. And they certainly did that tonight. You got big bombs from this Dodgers team. You got the Kiké Hernández 2-run shot. And you got the Max Muncy bomb. You got the Shohei shot. So Kiké hit the 2-run shot in the 6th off of Garrett. 1-on-1 with 2 outs. Muncy got the bomb. That Ohtani got the bomb there in the 8th inning off McGill with 2 on and 1 out. So they swung the big stick, man. You hit 3 home runs. And you also went 4 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Kiké went 1 for 2 in those situations. Muncy went 1 for 1, and Will Smith went 1 for 1. And also, the Big Show went 1 for 1. So you guys know the recipe. Slug. Also, set up the slug. And you set up the slug with the bottom of the lineup getting on base any way they possibly can. They certainly did that tonight. But let's read some more comments, guys. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show, the #1 Dodgers show in the game. Getting spoiled on shutouts from Michael Hoffer. LA greater than sign NY all day. Ed Williamson, more balls than a Diddy. Okay, Ed Williamson, that's a bruh right there. Ohtani needs to bat second. Goose, it ain't happening, though. I mean, trust me, it ain't happening. D-Mac loves Dodger dogs. Absolutely, I do. A knack for things. Freddie Enormous playing injured and still smashing it. Yeah, I mean, give Freddie Freeman credit tonight. I mean, you look at the big 3 in total. Shohei went 1 for 4 with the 3-run shot. He also had a walk, struck out once. Mookie went 1 for 4. He had a walk and a strikeout. Freddie goes 1 for 5. And then Muncy goes 2 for 2 with 3 walks. Teoscar, who is still hitless in the NLCS, went 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts, so he's in a little slump right now. Lux goes 0 for 4 in his first game back after the hip flexor tightness. He had 1 strikeout. Smitty goes 2 for 4. Edmund goes 1 for 4. Kiké goes 2 for 5. So that's balance, man. That's a lot of balance. That is a long lineup, longer than a CVS receipt type of lineup. We got Yankees. So let's keep moving. I got Super Chat here. $5 Super Chat. Going to be nice when Manfred gives the Dodgers bullpen all co-MVPs when we win the series. Yeah, they're going to have to cut that thing up to 6 or 7 pieces. I still think that Shohei ends up with a signature game and possibly wins MVP. Could also say Kiké Hernández is right in the mix as well. So, hey, we'll have a really good problem to have with more guys have. The black one is fire. You like the black Kiké shirt that we are live. We got another shutout anonymous. I don't want the shirt. I want the hat. Well, keep watching the show. We'll do some more hat giveaways. I got you guys. We did tons of hat giveaways the last month, so we'll bring that back for sure. D-Mac for president. What's up, Daniel Macy? Oral should start game 4. Kevin Riggs. Hey, I'm excited to see Yamamoto on the mound, man. Yamamoto was close. You know, the Mets were certainly in the mix to sign Yamamoto. So I'm excited to see what he can do. Kiké should be hitting higher in the lineup. He's 333 with a 983 OPS. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. I mean, we saw what happened in Game 2 when you had Pages batting in the bottom of the lineup. And what happened in that situation? Well, you had no ducks on the pond for Shohei. Shohei didn't do much that game. Pages was able to get a little single off of Edwin Diaz late in that game, but for the most part, didn't have a ton of success with that part of the lineup. I think that in a lot of cases, it's always, okay, move your best hitters up in the lineup. Move them up. More at-bats, better situations. They have better opportunities to hit with runners on. But when you have that much talent at the top of the lineup, it feels like with this lineup, with Muncy hitting the way he is, with Will Smith kind of coming around a little bit, with Teoscar Hernandez due to come out of his slump, which we know he will, that it almost feels as important to have hitters that you can trust get on base in the bottom of the lineup so you can put the best hitter in baseball history with runners in scoring position on base, right? You need Shohei at the plate with runners on base. And tonight, he hit a 3-run shot. And look at the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Smith went 2 for 4. Edmund went 1 for 4. And Kiké went 2 for 5. So you get 5 hits out of the bottom of your lineup. 5 hits out of the bottom of your lineup. I mean, that's great. 5 for 13 from your 7, 8, 9 hitters. If this team continues to put up zeros and go 5 for 13 with the bottom of their lineup, knowing what the top of the lineup is capable, they are going to win the World Series. I tell you that. Okay? It's just minimizing the cold streaks and continuing to perform the way they are. So that's what it's all about for this team. And you got to really respect that with the way they performed in this one. But keep firing away in the comment section. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain. If you don't know already, to subscribe to the #1 Dodgers post-game show in the game, definitely be able to do that. I mean, you definitely want to be locked in, hit those notifications as well. But the story tonight, Walker Buehler shoves, Kiké does it again, Shohei goes big fly, Muncy. I mean, the bullpen was lights out once again. I mean, 18 whiffs from a dominant Walker Buehler. I mean, geez. I mean, come on now. It's pretty incredible. And also, it's interesting, too. I mean, 4 of the 8 games, when you look at it, they've been just massive blowouts. And in 2 of them, I mean, you're looking at a team. It's interesting for the postseason, man. You accept some more close games. But after living through Game 5, I'm cool with this. I don't know about you guys. I don't care. I mean, give me a Dodgers 15-0 win every game for the rest of the postseason. I don't care if people around the country want a better product. That's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the Dodgers winning the World Series. So I'm totally fine with these blowouts, especially in the wins. I don't know about you guys, but definitely keeps the blood pressure down. And it makes it where it's a little easier. But don't worry, that'll come. That will definitely they'll come for sure. But yeah, I heard Walker's post-game interview was pretty awesome. And then yeah, it's really awesome. Just to give out, I mean, it's tough to get over the fact shutouts in 4 of the last 5 games, and they've given up runs in 2 out of the last 52 innings. The Dodgers pitching. They've given out runs. They've given up runs in 2 of the last 52 innings. I mean, they are the Avengers bullpen. This is the Avengers pitching staff, and they're missing so many key guys. It makes sense. Give credit to Mark Pryor, Connor McGinnis, Dave Roberts, all these guys that are pulling the right levers, pushing the right buttons, and so far, it's been awesome. The whole pitching staff has injuries, and they keep throwing shutouts. It doesn't make that much sense, but I'm happy that it's happening, right? It's crazy. It's unbelievable. I mean, it makes you wonder what this team would look like if they're at full strength. I mean, we got a $4.99 super chat. DMAC, it's about time to start thinking about watch a game in the studio with DMAC giveaway with a free shoey and carne asada. That'd be cool. I like that. We'll auction off the shoey shoe. Ohtani without people on just a 1-800-LMAO. Tortani from J Bullet. Hi, DMAX. Salute. Great win. What's up, Bruce Davis? What's up? Anthony Keene. I'm mad proud of Big Game Butane. I didn't think we'd see this sort of performance out of him this season. What a legend. I mean, if you followed this team this entire year, we did post-game shows where I had to sit here and defend the guy to people that were saying he should never be on the mound with a Dodger uniform again. I mean, this is not hyperbole. This is where we were at one point in this season. It's an incredible turnaround. And it's a turnaround that you bet on a guy like a Walker Buehler. You bet on a guy like Butane to do the things he did. And here's the good thing, too, is they're going to need 3 more starts at him, 4 more starts at him potentially, right? This is hopefully a sign of things to come. And he's better than he was in Game 3. Right? So he's actually improving as the postseason rolls along. And this guy's got a heart of a lion, man. Some guys, it's like you can look at the stats all day like I do. You can dive deep into his numbers. But when you get on the mound, it's like, I got this FU attitude. I told you a story about Walker Buehler when he made his first start back. And he was wearing a T-shirt that had the Jason mask on it. He had Jason on it, and it had the words, "To hell and back. To hell and back." And I asked him, I was like, are you trying to tell us something with that T-shirt? And he said, maybe, with a smile on his face. So this guy, he's been to baseball hell when it comes to like the injuries and just kind of doubting his future. I mean, multiple major arm surgeries. So it's great to see him doing what he's doing. And I couldn't be happier for this guy. Devin, if that's the case, you should definitely hit up Dodgers Nation social media, because they'll definitely take care of you for sure. We do all of our giveaways. Michael Hoffner, Caspiris, and Knack should switch roles. Renato Yepes, did anyone see Buehler talking smack to the Mets after striking out Lindor? Yeah, I mean, he was yapping all night, man. I think he was telling JD Martinez to swing and this and that. So we're gonna have to do a little breakdown action to kind of see like where he was at after the game and what he was saying. But yeah, and yeah, for the Doc haters too. what I tell you, they were right about game 2. I mean, they really, really were. And what I said was you couldn't guarantee 5 or 6 innings, so you needed some high leverage arms. And you had Michael Kopech tonight go, right? If you use Evan Phillips or Michael Kopech, and Daniel Hudson wasn't available for game 2, Alex Vesia is not on the postseason roster, it was the right move. So you definitely have to feel good about that. But let's see what Dave Roberts, and let's see what we got from the post game. Let's go check that out. So let's see what we got from the post game. Any good nuggets? Let's see what we got here in New York after the Dodgers. They beat the Mets in game 3 of the National League Championship Series. So what do we get? We got some post-game press conference stuff from Dave Roberts, who Dave had to say. He was asked if when Walker Buehler got Lindor with the bases loaded, he's asked about that situation and how he got out of that and how comfortable he was throwing off speed in that situation. Dave Roberts said, I think there's been a lot of lessons that he's had to learn and appreciating, understanding the pitcher he is today, and also appreciating the fact that you just can't give in to Lindor in that moment. And that's something that it's a learning lesson for Landon Knack from the other day. Right there, that was the pitch of the game. Obviously, the crowd was into it. They were gaining momentum. To get the breaking ball down below the zone and get a great hitter out was huge, and I think that just speaks to experience. Of course, Dave Roberts is talking about what I agree with Dave Roberts. That was the at-bat of the game. That was a strikeout of the game when you had Lindor at the plate with the bases loaded there in the second inning, and he gets Lindor swinging at a beautiful knuckle curve down in the zone. So give him all the credit there. And that's kind of the pitch all along. I mean, that's the right pitch for him. The entire postseason, that really is the pitch that's allowing him to be dominant again. It's nasty. It's a nice looping curveball. It has a late break to it, has great speed differential from his fastball, and yeah, he's done a really great job. And give Will Smith credit for calling a great game right there. And yeah, I mean, Dave Roberts said of the game that he's had to reinvent himself. So that's definitely pretty incredible from that standpoint as well, that he went out and did that. But a couple more questions, a couple more comments, guys. We got SD equals sit down. I like that, Kenneth Wren. I say SD stands for season's done. But that's also a fire take right there. October Buehler is different. Let's go Dodgers. Mets will win tomorrow from Gabriel's Vision. We'll see about that. 6 more wins from Steve Caldera. We got to take that. Jerry Seinfeld. Hey, I mean, come on now. You gotta love Jerry Seinfeld, man. You gotta love Jerry. LA will run out of gas. Gabriel's Vision. Drop Nakin, Henriquez, Advesia, and Gratterall or Joe Kelly. I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. They are going to have some roster decisions at some point. So, yeah. Absolutely. Dodgers will smack the Guardians in the World Series. So you think the Guardians are going to come back and win that series? That's an interesting take in and of itself. We got Jay Bullet, Yankees fans still crying they missed out on Flaherty. Hey, that's our Jack Flaherty, man. Rocking a Dodgers hat to the game today. A nice black one. I love me some Jay Flair, man. Bring him back as well. New Marvel Comics, the Dodgers Pen Universe Series 1. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, the pen is just, what more can you say about these guys? All dogs. Just absolute animals out there, doing it with confidence, doing it with the different looks. I think one thing you're seeing is the different looks, and that is masterful bullpen management. I mean, you look at Lindor and Vientos, 13 plate appearances against 10 different Dodgers pitchers, and they're not seeing them multiple times. And that is how you keep great hitters off balance. That's how you neutralize great hitters, is you don't have them facing the same pitchers. Again, you switch it up, and that definitely is the mindset for this team, and that's how they're able to do it. But a couple more here, guys. We got they wanted to fire Smith, Lux, and Buehler. Now they're on board. What I tell you, I literally was yelling at the camera today earlier for people there wanting to see Austin Barnes over Will Smith. Really? Are you absolutely out of your minds? He's your $140 million catcher that hits the ball hard, and he's great at calling games, okay? No, absolutely not. He's going to be fine. All these guys, they're great. It just ups and downs, man. It's ups and downs. It's baseball, man. It happens. It's a sport where if you can do the thing that you're supposed to do 30% of the time, you go to Cooperstown and you make hundreds of millions of dollars, right? I mean, that's just the truth of the matter. These guys are going to have to their slumps. So true, D-Mac, there's no stats for a player's heart. Absolutely, man. Doesn't show up in the box score. Doesn't show up in the back of the baseball card. And Walker Buehler's heart is competitive fire is as hard as anyone's. It's as bright and as fierce as anyone's. Back to orthodoxy. Mill money, keep Rojas out. Kiké and Edman in his place. I mean, I think interesting because Rojas is going to have surgery on some sports hernia after the season, but he could be back for the World Series. And for me, I mean, if you want to keep Rojas in there possibly as a depth piece in the infield, there's no doubt about it. I'm not coming back with a compromised Miguel Rojas. I love Miggy Rowe, but Tommy Edman is my shortstop for the remainder of the postseason. And that's no debate. It's Tommy Edman. The way he can hit the baseball, get on base, use his speed. He's a versatile defender. He's been that shortstop holding it down. That's where he's going to be. And that's his position until next season when I think he'll be the Dodgers starting center fielder. And then you could pick up Rojas's club option potentially and have him back there for the year. D-Mac, this is Chris Villalobos. What's the website for the T-shirts again? Go to gearup.la to pick up a T-shirt today. Appreciate you, my man. OMG is going to be the theme song in Cancun. It's a comment of the show. Respect that. I respect that. D-Mac, this is what's up, Chris? We got huge performance at Walker Butane. Buehler was the man tonight. Shohei Ohtani, the best player to ever play this game. We have the GOAT. That's that. Our bonus is our lineup is powerful 1 through 7, and playing small ball often helps too. We got a $4.99 super chat. Dad, I messaged you on IG. So message Dodgers Nation Instagram. How about this? Message me on Twitter as well. On X, you will get your hat. We will take care of you. Trust me on that one. Just got to make contact. D-Mac, Max's last 8 player appearances. Yeah, I mean, he's had a big-time impact today. I mean, Max Muncy, he was huge in this one. He really, really was. I mean, you look at Muncy's contribution today, top of the second inning, when they did score 2 runs. Who started that off? It was a Max Muncy leadoff walk where he walks on 5 pitches. That leads to the Smith infield single for the first run. That leads to the Edman sacrifice fly that led to the second run. Then you look at Max Muncy in the top of the 3rd inning. He was able to single to right. That set up the bases loaded. Unfortunately, they didn't capitalize. Then you look at Max Muncy later in the game. He drew a walk in the top of the 5th inning after a 2-out Freddie Freeman single. And then Garrett comes in and Teoscar Hernandez strikes out runners on 1st and 2nd. Then you look at later in the game, Max Muncy walked in the 7th inning. Max Muncy's on base machine all of a sudden. So credit to Dave Roberts and company for moving him up in the lineup against a righty in Luis Severino. So I thought that was a great call as well. We got to up a 1-win season's over, 1 loss season's over. Calm down, people. Take it 1 game at a time. Leon J pouring cold water on us over here, trying to keep it real. We got this is from Back to Orthodoxy. 199 super chat. Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Monrovia Low. What's up, Ed? Monrovia in the house. Keektober from George Miranda. Yeah, for sure. We got the Dodgers versus Yankees is what I've always wanted to see in my lifetime. Stun seed 59. It's going to feed families. It's going to be a ratings bonanza. It's going to be incredible if the baseball world gets that. And they need it after last year was the lowest rated, least viewed World Series in history. We got some kind of wonderful 199 Dodgers have a bully pen. Absolutely. It's the different looks out there. It's the dominance they show, but also, even Brazier gave the home run to Lindor, had some traffic today, gets a double play. So very confident in the Dodgers bullpen for sure. We got, Grimace. Yeah. Hey, only one that was grimacing was the Mets pitchers today, giving up 8 runs. Okay, so yeah, I love that. What was the StatCast on Shohei's piss mills list from Sackzilla 06? So I'll look that up for you, man. I got you, man. You ask and you shall receive. We'll take a look at that. I mean, it was an absolute bomb by Shohei. I think it's pretty certain that was the high. Look, without looking, okay, let me guess. It was the hardest hit ball of the night. Let's see. Okay, it was 115.9 miles per hour off the bat, a 930 expected batting average, 309 feet, had an 80.3 bat speed, so that's electric, and it was a home run in 22 of 30 ballparks. The only ballparks that would have been a home run is Chase Field, Wrigley Field, Coors Field, the White Sox Guaranteed Rate Field, Lone Depot Park, American Family Field, Busch Stadium, and Nationals Park. So I kind of find that hard to believe. It's almost crazy to think that, but still, it was a bomb for Shohei. Max Munchie, we got to Los Doyers, OMG, Vamos Doyers. Yoshi is Yankees daddy. Hug me, D-Mac. What's up, David? Bruh. You need bruh for that one. D-Mac, can we get a shirt of Kiké walking Grimace on a leash, please? I'll work on that. I'll work on that for sure. I got you guys. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Final thoughts tonight was, man, I could not be happier for Walker effing Buehler. Going out there and proving he's still that big game pitcher. He's still that guy that you can turn to with a raucous crowd, a rowdy, electric environment on the road, and he can go out there and shove in a big way. Buehler goes 4 innings, gives up no runs, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks on 90 pitches, 18 swings and misses, the most since 2021. Couldn't be happy for Walker Buehler. The offense came to play. Kiké did it again. Shohei leaves the yard with an absolute nuke. And then Max Muncy did as well. Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, Mookie. I mean, everyone really contributed to tonight's win. So a great team win for the Dodgers, and they're just 2 wins away from the World Series and 6 wins away from their 8th title in World Series history. Robert Perez, I appreciate. Mario Landaverdi, appreciate you. Definitely go to gearup.la to cop our newest What WDGAF, we don't give a you-know-what t-shirt, so definitely do that. D-Mac, are we live? Yes. Thanks, D-Mac. Old Dirty Baser, Scott Baser, Mark A. Let's go. We got Gabriel's Vision. We got Tortani, WGAF, Samurai. We got the Take Game 4. Let's take Game 4. Yamamoto on the mound. Also, join us tomorrow for Dodgers Dugout Live. I think we're going to have Jessica Mendoza on the show, so join us for Dodgers Dugout Live. We'll continue to break this one down more in depth. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching this show like you always do. My name is Doug McKain. Like I said, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, hit that like button. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time,